Well, it's daybreak here at the Kumasi Technical Institute after students clashed with police yesterday. And this morning, students are showing me how they escaped beating by armed policemen inside the dormitories. As you look in here, this is the place where students actually had to take away the louver blades, break open, and use this entrance to go out. Some of them had to climb up and jump. Those who were upstairs had to jump from the two-story or three-story building. I have a student here. Let me find out from him. What happened yesterday?
Yesterday, let's take it. I say, I'm not mobile. Tom free, if I auto mobile. I'm the good guy saying, you get inside the dome. Oh, by the time I buy, no, you say you're money. By letting a very rare dome, almost 30 free, so I top on. It was about sneaking down. Like, people a foot top on, almost 6 down, Mujan. Until the yes, no more Buama, Fiti, Dom, Nina, Money Bedry, and a dome. Tomorrow, it's one, it's no. A bobo getting a CMB and a CMB. So, till now, later on, a senior B, or then a night, a bobo glass in Munina, or then a nine. A bobo, Cantana, a pea, a buoy, till we any advantage yet. A joining in your chef foodness, and see a chef foodness be 2 hours. The chef foodness be 2 hours and Sunday, it may escape crab dining. The bias you're dining on my residing in
Oh, hell, banner.
Me banner American and run up here so more quiet with dear grow stadium. And walk away by Pim Sabre, me whom me banner. And my fakaya basame barber herself. As the SC. And your friend Eugene or say,
what did you say?
1 year 18 years.
They say, walk a hospital.
I feel I make her so in school, my hospital, one. Marco.
That's no feeling about
me home family. And the whole night meant to me, and my solar dream has said, in whom me ban.
What in your course on the other?
Metty, I'm tea, Clown, and Martiano be friend, say, Katie, for them see me ban. Me sorry, I'm a friend in your coming home and then a quack pen. I don't think me buy.
War BC or ye BC. Form 2 or Form 2.
The friend say
Richard Frimpong Manson.
Now, what's in or he now by her?
Met in a non at you, 1 in a minute, maybe no. 1 in a minute to call us on a papania. And I'm a many friend me. So could you were here. Namson and son and Obama, on whom say a baby into a coffee or co school muntem. And Terrapen was our friend me. And I'm so near only me fear her or maha. Tempan and me jarry, and I'm sending you cook Katie, man, I'm dead by my Katie, you may pay. 77, a be a screen, and I'm ha. Come in Tapenso. Now I'm sending me cook Katie, and I'm a quack of head, yes. And I send me by, I say, big hospital, Yum Hospital, my quarry show, my bonny dinner, my review when I mean, not. And I said, Nanam, her yo, Manana in Tana, Manam ha.
Edamu ina mase yasaba another hadi judgment day Mpensenpensenmu also Kumasi Technical Institute. The good deal was that Sector Minister era Dr. Napo nimnyam for America pass or ko hono ne aposi for ne school pen for ne awfo binim ekunya nkitawodi said was yaka no se se yehwehwemu so se nani su no hu se live bullets and rubber bullets but on commented further ko pem se aposi for ne school pen for ebishia na ehwem be adwuma na afiye hu anamon on betu nti Minister Tempa onhwe but way back 80 idea I said way back Kofodia Ghana as sectec we had the superzone intako it is a JBT fair chiro na muze mema be fi nti ebesa post for no so say amunya ho abotre we be na say tifa so ma mon control ye mo so mbo ye nyesa emwasa ebra so sempen for adama ensema odo atoje na yebe ho ebedi nkomo no ye to adwene e wo ba before no mekoso aso ada Professor Ajiudinku Jemfi Ampimedanasi gotten a copy of your book Medical Canada. I recommend your members of parliament and say na almost a copy brat to be normal kenka a silver jubilee cake on a wooden platter Professor Ajudin Edujemfi Ampema kinkan na bakosem onye ni paketwa ebibimema na wiase afra na nyina ti se watwro nwoma de ya na se ohun se ade a edimu nwoma no so kra no nipa eta na chi boa no kra hwehwe mu kinkan bi boa no nye nipa nkuma asa nana susu bibi krobia asante Dr. SKB Asante, Paramount Chief of Asakore Traditional Area, Fellow of the Ghana Academy of Arts and Science and the Ghana Bar, and Most Reverend Peter Kwesisapo, Archbishop Emeritus of Kumasi Diocese, Nana Adoma Kwansa and Kasi Hene, Continue of Amwafo Traditional Area, and retired Deputy Registrar, Academic and Student Affairs of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and the late Mr. A.S.Y. Ando, former Register of Common Community, and again, Justice Richard J. Frimpong, Judge of High Court, and also Asidakasiana, Mrs. Margaret Ankoma, and the late Dr. J.D. Kabuga of the Animal Science Department, KNUST, Mr. Samalamwa at Chensua High School, and Mr. Bwedi Dapa at Chensua, and then Open Kojukasi and Obapen Ya Aku. Wow, for just a silver jubilee cake on a wooden platter. What it entails, Kopebi, Professor Jude near Dujan Fiampium. I change your mind. Natural. Mananti 18th, it's 18th now. Sure. I'm requesting 24th. No, I think Mananti 24th. Matisse, or more Kase, money opposed for Uncomono and Kuye, they work for peace and justice, no, and drawing the attention of the international community and the Ghanaians. Say intimidation, victimization, unnecessary dismissal. So that's it.
Yo, Mamifa Echiakesi, ma Ghana food, can more share a big jumedie. May a cinema almost more a summer boy, a legioni, the wife, and TB, any manina, any anti Christie, a Junkwa government hospital, and pay minimum say who share big jumedie. Intimidating Chiakes here, a mamunina. Near woman is say, the Biamia Samba can say, government. Ebesisa, we are there. There's nowhere as a country, no, you one party state. And don't you know, a government way, and as a party way, a government, another party will take over. And don't you know, Nyemebia, ye, Tremono, and Yanyama Papa no. Say ene yesi saa nyama no ye ebia the other party about power yes saa nyama no na yesi enja ade ba ko be sire ni say e ba ni say aban san akosisan na ye pese ye to anamu eye no menyi di say yenso e ba ko yes ade ni biom. I don't think that my very clear.
We don't need to repeat.
Exactly. Because and then as a political party, no, if you say nyama government, supporters, and I say some of their activists, any party for femuno enya depa. And no, the person ye train amanfo nyina adwem ebaso. Person ye train omamu nyina any even omo chire no mu hunia ekoso. And I mean say ye ba be yes anyame at the end of the day no. Yeah, yes, yes, anyamano. Yes, yen kai say. Ebani say aban esisa. Ni ende ye kuetiano. Ochana ko yes adia no. Then it means say we are moving forward as a country. That is how our advanced countries, omudi develop it. But ye hanu no. Entisa. Oh, entisa. And then I misre say, young ones now ya enter into politics, It was say ye boa. Masisa no eba. The son say, who acquire habit be for a very long time. Now person who sisa very difficult. ana wo hwa amamu na ye bu sesi ano ye mpanyimfo na omo akotru soja ban any omo wo yaw bi e hye omumu enu nti no even say ye wo democracy mu no sa oyaw no edaso wo ho no eno budi ye nyama bibira ense emfata enu nti no me as an individual as a member of the NDC no e be support this program no ye mo mpa say police for no e be agree as to the date any time any baby a ye be fa dia yes programs ni nyina but at the end of the day no yenso bibi enfim right now at the next say but say government has changed hands no and then near ye so wo ho no yenko ebi then we've done a good work for Ghana.
George Mreku Duka, do you friend Ira Duka, the name for Duka. Takon sayim Mashibe Jenny. But Ansana Mekosono, this is from the Ministry of Health. To all heads of agencies, suspension of recruitment of health professionals. I refer to our earlier letter with reference number, it goes on, dated 31st January 2017. I wish to request that you suspend all recruitment activities for the 8,634 nurses and other health staff until further notice. The suspension is not a cancellation, but to allow the Ministry of Health to finalize all issues related to the financial clearance. Kindly take steps to inform all your officers accordingly. You will be duly informed as soon as the final clearance is granted and is signed, Minister of Health, Kwaku Ajiman Menu. So that's it to all heads of agencies, suspension of recruitment of health professionals. And what's any comment on this one?
Well, a correspondence from a minister, Edema, a various your friends saying Ministry of Health as to recruitment issues. We share a letter now. Time finance minister Edema clearance for recruitment to be done was 11th November 2016. But and then well, for me, once it is a suspension, I don't think say I was say a alarm be a son say I buy no afina or any budget. And the opposite maybe or align the budget to suit current programs. And don't Yama Abino some
okay, so George, remember also, but before we call George, so this tester comes in mind. Please, good morning. I wonder why NDC is complaining if they had forgotten what happened to Let My Vote Count demonstration here in Accra, where they were beaten by then NDC police. Yati adie na okana say. Asema to is yati ase. We text here. Wati asema kana say.
Onti ase. And that's the most the sad thing na. Emma ye to me sisan sene yesi ye nyama because who person sisa eba no obi person justify oh ade no it is such a person onye ready so besisa but that is why it was say you making sure say law no ebe ye ejuma
okay
well say laws ye ejuma some of these things will never arise because enipa no akobokro no na law ni enini di enipa no ye bibi born na law no emrani ni dia
okay
questions we have.
Good morning, BM. Takwati say Bibia. Good morning. Bibia is under control.
Oh, Bibia. Almost your muchia.
You're almost so far. You don't must. Bibia, come on, MPP.
Oh, you're Adom. Bibia, I did.
We need that now. Most more issues need Bab. Mount Farmer DC, we are. It would be BC. Most more the enemy say, yeah, campaign, first degree, be any. You are most first degree. Those issues, that's I said. To the extent that the General Secretary comes up acting to say yeah, well, we obey no bit no want to more not the Danko for His Excellency into Tunanamoji. This is idea more expected say Obiabe din normal process and answer day.
Omahine di kai ma mfanchi akese Ghana for na ebi enso Western region for so tutu ne Mpensenpensenmu for takwan so aye. Omahine wo hwa ye district ayo edoso na ubenya ne tie bia ebru 200 ubenya ba ko ana mienu bia ono be raise concerns bi menyi ni se aboroso nanso so ye ne omo akasa se bia enya abotre ohwe ye constitution mu a man the president of the republic.
But in the case of the NDC, move it in fact most of it when they were those one kind of percentage wise which doesn't have any impact. You raise issues about a party that is not really organized, that is not in control, that is lawless into the time for me to in this case where the number of districts any 1-2 be able to continue, it is that of the case. Is that it?
Me justify say obi dear to trust them in relation to appointment depa. Na ne me kan say ye nya hunu bisa say asay. Say a consensus bi a ebinum erezi afi ye general secretary Ora John Boadu abekame waters akase obi adwebro obi anya botre ne mremu no his excellency Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo ediba betudwa na before that so or year consultation sisi amene ka say yembo obi adin so ye DC and say MCE inti ade inti na ye ha ye ho apre ye ho yenya botre bia fata ose no be consult no ne na di nkomo mrepam no president ebeyi obi oba
the issue about Mpensenpensenmu, even though my party committed to adopting the election style, but I yet said that a lot of the people who fought in this case grassroots for their major focus near Mpensenpensenmu DC do and die affair a lot of them will be disappointed. Say more for ABC so they be citing instance Aguna East or Aguna West. Say executives in Abetro Krata Bania Kenkan was yeah the pass me see an airport in Tema for my NDBC. So this is the beginning of the troubles for the MPP. Is that the case?
I'm say Hoya Aguna West.
Aguna yeah.
Near ye can say sa nyoma we are ACC we. Ubia local governance no. Say obi a DC and I say MC or no ejina ho ema president na ono ehwe mansin so na eno na obia nim se bra wabre Ghana for amani hu na ye hu no ibenya obi o wa abotre onya mesuru a ode besom ne mai se ye ko UDC ya na se MC kra o de wosum obia ummesom party for ne mom gidi se party for person mo hu ni se ya ba we asosidi at all cost se na asosidi nso se Ghana asosidi eno na manfo epre si ebenya obi obetumi ayadwumaden ama Ghana asosidi na eno nso so ena da Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo his excellency akoma so se obehunu se Ghana ayeye nti medie mekoso asre eye grassroots for omo abre party.
But so experience as it former DC for
former
MC for sorry, Takwa for Mufanche for Takwa 8 or how many years or 4 years?
Just barely a year.
A year, just barely a year. Within that, who call through party support, and I said, yeah, can say no more than born now. How did you get access?
Minka say competence, kahon pa and consultations so kahon and ma mikodru was nti sanso so na his excellency yes nti egusu a em say nyoma bebre wo ho a processes bebre ho a ye go through a ehia se me de beto ofidie so internally nti no omunya botre ni omokoma pe ni eye abema Ghana konanim no his excellency beye.
Okay, in the body politics of Ghana, I think maybe we're turning out to be funny. Heritage Fund, the NDC, the Kaitri is using Kachaka. A Kraman Ebekawana sa bad dahwa. Homa Kraman Ebekabra bad, meaning that Siosika the Hona say, as a CD2 and a mobile CD2. Yin can say, yes, you can the pump that was in Chima. In Chima name for any mayor ebeya. So we needed to use it. And of course, the MPP Malfanche. Malfanche crack. But in this case, one of the means, according to senior minister, is that Heritage Fund the one ebitimi just shot Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo ni so ade kama opeso de ba na me adma September e de beso ase koto de ne bodwe nyanya nchade ene de ana nyasarete ade na mo de okay
amahene se obehwe a in 2000 around 910 anyame adum enya oyel 2007 thereabout yenya oyel na koba say ye mra bia ebebo ye oil sika no ho ban nti ye Petroleum Revenue Management Act 815 say sikaje a ye benya free oil no mu no kwan ben so ne be fa so ya spend sa sika no enu nti no sa act ne ba ye no ye nya bibia ne ye frɛ no annual budget funding amount 70% ebeko sa funding ni mu afi so 21% ebeko stabilization fund na 9% ako heritage fund ya ye ka ho asem sa annual budget funding amount no actually say ye budget na esika ho kofom na say ye pe bibia support it mi kofa sa 70% ni bi e de ko support na stabilization fund no nso ebeda ho for long term projects nemum to the discretion of the Minister for Finance say ohwe na budget ne ho bi ahare no a otumi koyi sika no e de ko support many will say a stabilization fund for projects, a long-term project. You're using here their service debts. Annual budget funding amount so. Boy. So we have Public Interest and Accountability Committee, PIAC, reporter, Mudeba. About 4 reports. Now, at least 4 reports in the say ya misapply a funds in your oil no munina. Now, sisi a heritage fund and say eye photo a ye boato ama inchirima na inchirima aba na omo yusu na inchirima no obisa the right question ene hwan gidi say inchirima ni ye mofra e hyase necessary ye bo omo munya proper and quality education sense say one more abrante na akora no ama na nya education sisi a na se Ghana enya nyansa dodo bia wa hwa sika no kra da ho na obi kra diti obi kra befa akọ nanso so wo training akora no ama ne ti education ase eti democracy ase a ne hunu kwan ya fa so ye di develop man a me gidi say eye heritage bia waja mfaso e wo so pa sisi a be 6 years ya ye heritage fund no sika yenya free mu a $277 million including interests that's all interest I yield no kra more 2.5% and do 2 to even 2% but it we kobobosia na the interest atoso more than 10% na Ghana for eda ho 8 year na say heritage fund eda ho na say ntimi yield interest kura papa bia na ekoye heritage fund uye investment I say investment ubinya so faso na me gidi say faso pa ye benya ne say ye nkora no ye be more quality education senia na do danko Akufo-Addo His Excellency the President e ka say nyame ya adomo a admission fee e be ye free lab science lab and science center e free examination fee e free they will be fed free afi we day we border ni nyina no e free me gidi say sa wo kofom me nua be ya adwen say o ye MP oni pressure unya ye wo school fees ho say unya MP kra na you even opinion leader na so ye panin bi wo kromu a pressure ye de beto so e wo school fees ho no say be school a ye mhihie e ma kroma nyina.
But the issues that are coming up about sustainability and then some are even saying recipe for chaos and confusion in educational structure and all those things. Move to say just na netina kunyo His Excellency and then the time frame next academic September na more say within this space the challenges within the setup move to me a majority of the challenges are free and sign September near too far into the free SHS.
Imagine share policy way a policy I sopa and I say modu a bold decision your government take it. That's how bold decisions.
Some decisions could be bold, but sustainability and implications could have been better than see
me baho say ohwe kwan ya faso na ye de be support sa policy ya me gidi say a very sustainable say heritage fund see you should be me gususo ameka say e say ye nya governance framework enso ye de ma ye gold money yenya say a rig fence and also so a yamra to ho te send ye oil sika ya yen so so yemfa bi support ye free SHS no and also beboa pa afei your tax you can say be widen the tax base no and so as I say you di ho dwuma near tibia ye wo other avenues you betumi be open up ye de aye na say it to me utie ye nuanom NDC fo ya omo say impo ye to aba no mama hama nka ombe ye free SHS utie omo ka nti omo nyina gitum say free SHS no ya depa na se ye Ghana nkora ye basic one kobi kra no etumi enya secondary school education a megidi say eye ne bema Ghana akọ nanim.
Mr. Chaibat, at the end of the 2-1 among crowd, but your party comes out to say NDC will fiercely challenge any attempt by this current administration. Say, Amudu Musabako Heritage Fund. Again, more issues about Sikakro Fund, saying this is a lifetime project. Abobe, more other sources of some support to them. Why? Kayama Kwaino Mko when you
Midasi. Governance, truth.
Correct.
It was say you didn't credit a governance. Agriculture makers are say all along. You say funding education free, will be very difficult. Will be very, very difficult because of the challenges are our educational sector. As I said, we share educational sector now. In terms of employment, it contributes about more than half of the total employment are by employee. And I will share your budget now. Most of the resources, but most of the chunk of the money, is for emolument. Say the better teacher for any or more offices or more juma. It is sikaka create pay and for development in terms of educational infrastructure and maybe human resource enhancement is and then Yen say it will be a very difficult programmer. Any government can say, or the may ever faso. Now, the only way I will be to succeed in doing free education, they say, progressively, Yama was say we be any gradual. And see, a bedroom baby, not challenges be brave or what but
it comes to it, say most more question progressively and a gradual. So when are we getting there? Somebody wants to take the bull by the horn. Most will see progressively. Yeah, do that because we are not bound by time.
No, you can say, Sikeni Honuma, you bet to me, there is our program. Your budget and to me and funding such a program. Now back here in 2014, Nutiwu, I can say NDC epese o May asundwembe one heritage fund momunya attempt say omodomsa ebeka esan say they will make sure say it will be very difficult for Abino to govern this country. Sabine making attempt say ebe use our heritage fund and the heritage fund was for a purpose. Okay, I said dunketia okay bibi and some amount for kind enye nuni people from this government. Some of Mukikai and Yagro. Yes, the essence of the fund was to ensure, say, oil na ye to who say oil a natural resource beer and year forever.
Until a cock.
Oh, Ubetu, Ubedu baby not oil wells I dry, into oil no asa. And the question is say ye 2 year oil ni every year. Not ye a source of sikebia yedi behwe ye ni ya sen na oman no ye beye ye nyama. That is the essence framers of that law no I can say no my in this sikeni nyina ene na ye fa sikeni bi ensiema enchirima na eba no so mu omo ambetu oyela sa sika no ebenya hu ye friends
no interest na awo aba bi
na no adani sike bia enchirima na omo ba no
menya ho faso
omenya ho faso e de aye oman no ho ejuma.
But the definition of enchiriba in most cases what do you understand by enchiriba?
You can't enchirima, it can be today, it can be tomorrow
based on the situation at hand.
Exactly. But you see yama sincerity and I say yama ni credit edie
enye ejuma
ewo yama mu
nkontompo bi yɛ adwuma na
sɛ wodi nkontompo ɛdi bɛbu ɔman a de biara wo ho bɛkyerɛw ɛsan sɛ adeɛ a wɔgyina hɔ no mu sɛ adeɛ wɔ deɛ ɛnyɛ adeɛ a yɛbɛpene ɛsan sɛ ɔman no awɔ sika a saa sika no yɛde saa sika no to ne kwan mu yie a yɛbɛnya sika de ayɛ biribiara wobɛka yi a MPP aban kan sɛ corruption anaasɛ katasihyɛ ɛyɛ adeɛ baako a ɛku ɔman yi yɛtumi atwa katasihyɛ so a yɛbɛnya sika bebree ɛde ayɛ dɛ mpuntu adwuma
they still hold on to it ukɔ porta ɔmo kyerɛ ɔmo ayɛ unifa ukɔ ntɛrɛ ɔmo ayɛ unifa
ɔmo kan sɛ school dan nyama ye sisi ne bo no
construction of roads and all those things
enti saa nyama ne nyina no
ebe save sika
ye reduce
value for money omgusuka
yes ye reduce cost na ye benye sika e de aye putu ejuma ade ba ko me me hwe se aban no ebeye ena ni se look me I'm watching carefully because we see 6 classroom block let's say 400,000 Ghana cedis. Now see a corruption. And then abai no ewo power no. Me expect say that same 6 block
400,000 cedis.
You know, Ebeba be said 300.
But you know it's not possible because
no,
times
that is what they told the good people of this country.
But who say it's possible?
No, it should be.
They were saying, Sikabuti as infrastructure to the individual too much.
Look, we shouldn't allow politicians to take we the citizenry for a ride. Say me can be big actually. No one from Wedi. Debbie. Or see, SARS classroom block no. Or no the compare near MTN. AC. And see, or no, say that cost of that building no should be equivalent to what the MTN, excuse me to say, group no AC.
But they believe was that no triple figures. So fine. Clearly,
that is why
triple figures just ever form.
That is why Ghana for ATA in some of Mukano and Omutu Aba ATA NDC. With the impression they say, say to Aba Emma MPP. SARS classroom block now MTN for SN for 400 million. Almost Omba Besi SARS classroom block for 600 for 400 million. What you are saying?
But we don't see the 600 million.
And America say that is what we should expect today. And for me, as a citizen of this country,
this is a political talk, but you know the reality on the ground is not possible.
You see, politicians will always take the good. But when we hold them to the things that they say, we won't say, hey, yeah, sure, Musono, Sana Mwenye, Nya Kanin Yanano. And they will hold us accountable for it. And yes, Anna, a do elections are Ubia Beka
is jammed.
Your friend saying, Mana or the Beba form. At the end of the day, no, who the too many money we are, not in Insa Ashed.
NDC, they are being repetitive. Almost say you lied your way to power. It won't demonstrate. Say what did Tron actually Ghana for? Namo after the moment, was that an example? That is where probably referred to more as political quantity surveyors. Now more value for money. Now more power. No value for money. How do we achieve it?
Contemporary woman,
must say MTN for
say, I say a best some Ghana. I will come pass. Any say, ye dig Ghana for Sika, the and your man, and Sisi amene ka say o ka say owura niti wood ejina ka say ini say ye touch ye heritage fund indeed say ye the oil sikaba na say report aba committee aban na iteso no set up na sa committee ni be ka say ye sika na efi oil mu no ye nyusu ni yi 2 funds eye afa any stabilization funds ni na ye nyusu ya misapply no na o san sa kofa heritage a Samre no beka den. We dey aban way or say it will ensure value for money. Bibia ye no ye behwe say sika na ye de eye no e sika ense Ghana sika. Ye mfa ye priorities no so ye set ye priorities right. Say ye mfa sika enkoma nipa baako almost about 551 million. Say J na we financial engineer ukura spina odi miemia mutino Jena Kudi and now say almost 40 million and so you say they could see residents ama a year vice president. And we need to set our priorities right.
But are we expecting a scandal-free administration?
No, but Omahini, your leader, Bibia wo ye bia na ni di achire. Your leader, or say prudent measures are applied in all sectors. And I'm telling you, say he is in absolute control of the affairs of this government. His Excellency Nana-Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Inti tumia Ghana for their share and sano. Eye jedie to me say Ghana for jedie say ye sika no ye ba behwe so ye na ye ni me jedie say me nuen block no aka say ye use sika ebro be miensa ade aye
any mom calculation pay mom calculation yes
o se sa na yaka
that is it so omo na wa ba mu no mo ya nam no ade we de nyesi na ne botie e chese munim de ne botie na mo
bibia ye bia no ye de betudwa transparency be ye adwuma ye budget ebe ma omo atinka bi ehunu se ye yaban a ye bibia ye de tudwa
aban mu da o fine
ye bibia da ho fine
enya aban bi du bia ekubusa kwahia mo se we de ebusa be bo wa we de bepim wa
dabi
enya aban bi du bia mo da ne akofum ti
e yaban a ye behunu se Ghana ekonanim e yaban a ani daso ebeba
ebe donwere ebi wo wa na wo be ya kire ya na se
omahene o se bibia
it is easier said than that
ya sha se yi se obehwa president Oyusu less than a month appointing key ministers a young president they been see that a bill hokra 6 months later can still struggle with ministers but wait there bosom ba compare and not sure how serious this government is sisi anche yeah ben a week or two your budget eba nti enye say ye de ano na ye de be cancel so wo hwe sani ya sha se ya dwabeba ifra no pana nti ya hyase yi a me hye wo se ebewie yi nti Ghana fo nya jedie wo sa ban mu na ne hia firi me nuan se ode mpai bo beta His Excellency Nana-Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo echi
oh I'm sure say one che mo bitima
ode mpai bo ni kredie yeah na ye de betai oman na echi me de ni America ni say bo she o mo share ye no o be di bo she no so and we will hold them accountable as citizens of this country. The American say, number of kind during election period, no. Say, we boy, you say, no. And then after the budget, government first started the project. We will monitor those things. Now, you bear comparisons to ensure, say, some value for money, no, audits, no. Omudi chile Ghana for during the election period, no. Those same value for money audits, no, will be applied. It's in America. It just to remind them, say, no, you need the cost of this classroom block. And the share Ministry of Education, the cost of current projects are the cost of this classroom block.
Okay, so
no reduce it. The buffer for more. Education. As simple as that. Because almost see there are a lot of loopholes. Exactly. Omoko port. Ometumi save sika. Omoko all the institutions are omo feel say leakages e wo hono no. Assurance omudi ma Ghana for no say omo ba be plug all those holes. Loopholes no to generate more money to fund SHS. That is what they told us. Oman can't change because at that time no we were insisting say where are they going to get the money?
Okay, so you are against the usage of the Heritage Fund?
No, sure. Me say, you find the credit in your politics. And me no, I'll stand for what is right. Nia, udi jina honumu, I can't say yen to abandon no. Me as a citizen, no, I have to use that to hold you.
But Heritage Fund should be touched.
No, not at all.
Options for the SHS.
No, that is the reason why famous of the law no share honor. That is the reason.
Okay, I will Duka quickly. My a regular viewer, Thomas Said Ibrahim Watakwa, edits our text to you about the main kind farmer. I will say, Omai, good morning. Please let the MPP understand that the Heritage Fund is not for free SHS. They should look for other solutions. Ghana is still behind in terms of infrastructure development. Why promise something when you know you have no means of raising funds for its implementation? So that way, Thomas said Ibrahim Watakwa, and also Mimbusa asked a question.
You, me, Thomas.
Yeah.
Na, Eminia. No, must say Mahama Bao Baby Isu. Oba be ye free SHS no sika no kofa no way
omo dey different progressive progressively china
progressive so omo nchire omu a omo ntumi kura nchire mami master me ano na me am community
progressively we
are mami master me ano omo say mnia meka che mnia so onya abotre adwobre o unim say se kan credit dia abai we adabi adi ama Ghana for ehunu ewo 8 years a ye ba besom ye no credit se wo hwe wo kan no credit dem ya se ne omo pensu ya nan se 1 week ya mo free power na nka sa futu yi na nka udi tu omo a na nka ebebu apa so mo de no kre edi bebu Ghana menyi ni se nka mo ko opposition sa futu we de ma omo san se eyi edru ba bi a SSA ye hunu se Ghana for na nyina ye somo sabe enye ye a yete ha ikura na ebetumi access Ghana for na ehwe yen etie yen no ebe access sa ban we na sa free SHS ye nyina ye yete ha nyina getum se eyade a ehia na beboa Ghana na ye nyina ye getum so biom so se wanya bikura na wonya basic education a eye free secondary school na
enwon faso
faso eba no esopa enti minua a no obisa sa heritage fund no mrane say for dache na dache no se enkwara wo Ghana ha enye dache a na hwan biem na ye dache
so the question is
biem na ye dache
sa ba bi ba na ebere bi du you know ahohehiem no person or the nsako ka heritage fund na say sa time no the nsaka emusu a na obo musu a. And what makes it right? Because Heritage Fund is not specifically meant for free SHS.
Say na omahine say yen sika na da ho. Si yusu no kwan paswa. Nka Heritage Fund no kranka bia be kunani. Ena mpo no say investment
so within this month of February to September, why wouldn't you plug in all those things? Now say sika na beba as a infrastructure wastage omre as a country. Munya that as revenue now. To make sure somebody mama free SHS like na mo call sa heritage
so my make sika no do kire o say wo hwe 6 years endru ba bia
and we are not even guaranteeing the sustainability of the free SHS because free major SHS source of income near heritage fund as we speak now or mumma out with other sources of funding the SHS
ni nyina ebeba your budget ni mo ye be kire because untumi infa heritage fund no kwa enfanye ntisi egina aka je major source Tisi and Sokra, many of you need the quantum of money you bet me use for the free SHS. By your budget now, Nina, you bet you.
Did you listen to yourself?
No, what I said is, so unim, and I unim. But me person me speculate here. By your budget, no. You didn't know about to
okay.
Sound me patch.
Okay, we are from now to September, so we didn't get one about
no, but a match, yeah. A match, yeah.
We are from now to September. It takes off or it kicks off in September. So we didn't get or cars BM shimmy. Because going into this action without a plan. That's
no, we have the plan. What I'm saying is, you have a catch Ghana for.
You have a figure to the plan.
I can't. Yes.
You have a figure to the plan.
And it's sustainable. It's sustainable. March, September. They say what? Yeah. Yeah, Baba Ghana dear man school free. Emma Ora Tete Chai. Who say?
State of the Nation next week or next 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think next week.
Tuesday. You see, as our share project BRC, you need to count the cost.
That's not educational committee.
Yes, and I make say, look, educational sector is one area the entire budget of this country will not even able to solve. I'm telling you. Omuni. But in proposing that particular program, you should have known the cost. But you see, sincerity now me can say, if you are told Ghanaians, say,
no credit no
say, mono with the heritage funds and a yes sir program now. It's a different thing. But you told the good people of this country, say,
there's too much corruption and wastage.
Wastage. And
wastage is
to make sure
no, we do that. We will do that.
Now heritage.
We will do that.
So
and add that one.
So
we'll add that one.
More plugging in the scanning show.
Now say, Omahine, and ye free SHS and policy I implemented. There are others. Ubaya other projects. Into mommy and me say,
free SHS are in any statement.
Said
has even the leadership of the MPP mentioned the word heritage fund in any of their programs. No, but there was no way.
Is it not? Ghana physical. No, but who say Yanka now?
Okay, let's hold on here.
Let's hold on
here. Remember, so the politicians are can but when they get to power, both MPP and DC. In this case, the MPP is in power. So we are subjecting whatever you have said, both on seminars, workshops, political platforms, campaign platforms, to strict proof.
Sure.
It is and that's exactly what we are bringing back to you. Now that you are in power. Honorable President, former MC for Techiman under President Kufuor's moments, writes this, Kwabena, the 6-unit classroom blocks we built in 2008 cost at most 800 million. Honorable Totechai and his people complained, among other things, that the economy was bad and things were expensive. President Kufuor had taken the country to lower middle income, discovered oil. When they came to power in 2009-2010, it jumped to 3.5 billion and even more in some cases. This was at a time when they were all over the place talking about their single-digit inflation and lower interest rate. Looking at where they've taken to the economy to, the huge debt, is Honorable Chai saying we should go back to 2008 prices? Honorable Chai, please be calm. The economy will be managed well and Ghanaians will have the value for the money we're talking about.
I have never said that.
Musa Abatwa Ewo Kumasi so writes this one, says that Omahini, the hypocrisy and dishonesty in our body politics. The people who stood against the usage of heritage fund to solve the fundamental problems then are now asking the same fund to be used to sustain free SHS. In any case, have they told us the actual amount of the fund? You journalists should be asking those questions. We will demonstrate against them if they go ahead to use the fund. It is a first line of a year funding and one seminal a page and a deba. So in this case, say 800 million John Poko 3.5 billion. This is outrageous. And I want to make us a pay the former MC, you know, at the other. Just say, MC paying. It is from 800 million. That's 80,000 Ghana cedi.
Yes.
Now I call 3.5 billion. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
But
no.
That's the fact.
No, okay,
that's the fact.
Am I suggesting say 2008 Sika Omujiji for some projects, you know, and then Memro Mujiji and I'm saying that is not what I'm saying. It was just last year.
Until I make us a no credit and Nanka say we do go to call for. No crime ni no credit. I'm a Ghana for.
At that cost, no.
Yeah.
Corruption and I'm a boy.
That's correct.
And that you can what? Beat it down.
Yeah, to move beat it down.
Exactly. It is a who are being one. I was saying because of you.
Debbie, because we beat it down.
Exactly.
And
so I want to see current projects, the same type of projects going down in terms of cost. I don't know because
there was too much wastage during the
exactly. Per your
that's what Yatum said.
No, it's per your mama. It's mumra maybe to cost that.
Per na so wa hwe a so say outrageous. Who hear the difference ah?
Per the former MC
per na na say ne o de buy no kra nyini na ye no kra. Asem o kan nyini na he na ye no kra. O de almost so ye no kra. Ne o ka o de buy bi ye no kra.
There were projects are mudi compare MTN projects.
Yeah.
Enu ti no ye de be compare projects are be bia no. Ye de compare MTN projects no. Say cost no ben hu ana say enu so outrageous.
Okay.
I may create problems now. I solve it. When me create scenarios, now I solve it. You know, ya babam.
what is good for the goose is good for the
sure
gander.
I agree
So
I agree but me say mama no on raise nsem bia anyhow we anyhow we anyhow no na ekeka bi say anyhow because you know you are raising issues anyhow existing because CC I start a project
no,
we now even bringing our budget.
Are you telling us say corruption exists?
Oh, not when you be.
And you look for
who will be a catcher.
No, you were saying, say, listen. You want to be a catcher.
Into mommy, say I was on the I'm on the. Okay, Sisi a unya hundi. Ebimba yenso. And my young metnaha and can sembia na ye behwe de be gidi say democracy mono. Ne juma Sisi a ya or free abamu. Ne juma ne say ube monitor abaino.
And you critique.
And I'll do that
positive critique. Positive critique. And you say, oh yes,
politics is funny.
Yes, we give.
No. You want to put the word, the adjective positive. And you say the obekebiado. Oh, what was the time? Oh, everything was Brazil. Positive critique. We have challenges in Guye. So politicians both sides sometimes say, but if you're emphatic that, if you're emphatic that, and I'm saying, we don't challenge it.
Confirm Burkina. It's
true.
It's true. And then America say,
but I'm saying the political critique is where health insurance was challenged. Never openly because health insurance is collapsed. A gukura. That's another big challenge. That's the political. Until you can say void of political criticisms, they are okay, but positive. In your side, the positive man might not be positive to him.
Minjidi se minu or no the open to me American say asama obeka no say asama ye no kre.
Good.
And you say what no position me kwa do demonstration no wasi krom na okeka bia. E say bibia wo ye bia no e say free wakuma mkunu say ade we ma finding out my researching na ye no kre nti me de kwa kotudwa. And no say na omo de letter bi na say oh you say nurse foi afi yente so to 60%. Ye bisa yen so a ye no kre. Mutumi fa letter bi na okeka sanyoma no e magana en konanim. So nti na make say bibia ye ka ho asem no say
I'm happy for this.
A positive critique.
So your comment should be positive.
Yes, it should.
Me baby no Canada no meka.
I don't care
even when my government
opposition and now one man is bad.
No,
even when his government was in power.
Even when my government was in power, I critiqued my government. And most of the corrupt issues nearby, you know, I was the one who brought those things out. Inti nyamani bi wo no ma yen kan no nyame say for me, luckily for me, you know, issues of procurement, that is my field. Public accounts and I know your projects in terms of cost, most of the projects. And what I'm saying is that as far as I'm representing the good people of this country, I'll make sure say sir criticisms now raise you know my government bad image you live by it. So a true say contracts were inflated. Today we want to see say those contracts and contracts of similar nature will go down.
So now wastage.
Exactly. That is how the allegation they level.
Okay, we'll come to wrap up here, but
to me, yes, our savings now. Yeah. Then you're free SHS. You can
Nanka Bruce or Cape Coast Aquarium. I must say kudos Omaine for your wonderful program today. Omaine, free SHS is good, but not for now because the state of our basic level education is not. So I wish the president should go back and prepare our basic level well for good foundation before we go for free SHS. Omaine, we should remember education is key to success, and it's a cap in our feather for Mother Ghana. So please, our leaders must set up. Nanka Bruce, Cape Coast also the way about. Happy belated birthday, Chairman Amankwa, Chairman of Portwa New Plant Station in Honawo. Oh, the other society say, and can go share NDC for the progressively free. And what's
Omo ye den ya progressive. Who say
schools and the
structures and the tis omo yi fi no. Omampani go for NC structures. structures there aban bi aba
probably on the lighter note the only deficiency was that yeah mamu choko ne mamu choko china the progressive the short
you see intino me there ni hia ne say your heritage and your mofra
okay
edini kura akire your heritage and your mofra nti your dach no and say you be educate
duka amaye edasipi
before
ya but na ebe somo kwampaso ya somo
even with the free SHS there is a problem that is looming unum say in Ghana hanumo there were 2 sets of secondary education the private sector and the public sector now there are questions to be asked because government is not able to pick all students into public institutions. Private sector no play a very key role. The questions are me person maybe say are we going to fund the private secondary schools? It is very, very critical.
I mean, a matter of choice.
No,
matter of choice.
No.
It is not a matter of choice.
And the enrollment.
No.
Yes, those are the issues.
He answers you that it's a matter of choice. He answers you that it's a matter of choice.
A matter of choice.
My first school who can they are buying, you know, beyond that 2% Kodia and any other option that you have.
You know why I'm asking those questions?
No.
Look, if everybody decides, say, we are not sending our children to any public school, any private school. We all want our children to enter the public institution. Do we have the facilities to accommodate them? There are questions
but
to be asked.
schools ya no community bi ya almost bi ho say school we will still build and by choice.
Okay, so
we purely by choice.
Former Ashanti Regional Chairman, New Patriotic Party Kumasi, Press Council of State, Kenya never talk so far Ashanti region. I can only join him humbly to suggest a CIN for consider Chairman Mankwa, not because of Chairman Mankwa competence, humility, any accessibility, and any other factors. No, he possesses it. And this is a sad one to my mothers. Ayerinomia Miensa, Mary Abna Obenewa, Japan, Georgina Ya Breman, and Nancy Ophoria Pia Omura, late Emmanuel Osei, Japan, Eradia Tunsa, Afrenyami Adma, 18th of February, Fiada, Memendan, and Questiada, and Ashisha, and Ekosu, Edinburgh Tumpem, or one fee, a year. Joel, Mitre late Emmanuel say Japan. Na fe no echi no yakopa ne krabia e wo achim asa mama. Na fe the question that betina se onifie wo Joel na adofo enso abeta won echi ntie ye kasira adofo ne abusua ne obi bia so betai ayenum ne machi ebra ye papa ye ofa e de share late Emmanuel or say Japan erada tunsa e da friend madam ase. Na makase is good the exercise that we've done this morning free SHS. Here we come.
It's coming.
We don't buy a company. That I have before trust with